Good morning. As you see, I made it to my classroom and I just wanted to show you that it looks so much better now that I've cleaned up. So I still have some things out because I'm using them, but look back here. No more giant pile on the floor. Yay. I can actually get to my reading table. So I need to put some stuff away back here, obviously. The turf needs to go home and this stuff here needs to go home. And the tree, I have some pieces over here that need to go home, but the desks are put back and the table, so everything's mostly back to the way it needs to be. I have a few things on this table. So the kids were using these trays to push the clay onto so they didn't get all over the desks. I still had some scrap paper left over. I thought before I recycle it, I'm going to see if the kids need any of it to make some last minute trees or bushes or flowers or whatever. And then we can recycle that. Okay, I'm gonna get my computer going and start my day. I'll see you later. We have been working like crazy today. So, I have one more student that needs to read me their informational report so I can type it for them. I've got kiddos that are finishing up their project. The clay did not get closed. I was telling one of my teamies, I said, if I never see clay again in my life, I'll be fine with that. No, really, they've done a really good job. Oh, let's get this closed. So I asked them if they wanted to work after lunch today like we did yesterday, and they said yes. So we didn't end up doing rest and read yesterday, and they were fine with it. So I told them they could get their boxes out again and work on them after we did our rooted in reading lessons. So I'm going to show you the projects out in the hallway too, and then I'm going to run to the restroom, and I'll come back and show you what we did in our reader's response notebooks. All right, let me show you what we did today. So we read the nonfiction book about St. Patrick's Day out of the Rooted in Reading for March for second grade. And one of the things was to write facts about each little section on this flip-flap thing. And then we also did Wordy Wednesday. So I crammed in yesterday's and today's lesson all in one glob because we got started right away. So we had about 45 minutes, which was perfect for both lessons. The other thing was the collective nouns lesson. So some people had these 4 and some people had a different 4. There was like let me see, there was a whale. Nope. There were 4 different things. A cat, an elephant, a something and a something, a fish, and I can't remember the other thing. There were 4 different things. So there were 8 things on the paper, and I just cut them in half, and they each got 4. So I just kind of randomly dispersed them, so they didn't necessarily have the thing like their neighbor had. And then underneath here, they wrote what that group of objects is called, or animals or things or whatever. So I'm letting one of my friends use mine as an example because I don't know what they're doing, but they were not getting things done in a timely fashion. So not using their time wisely, and so they're behind. But I told them when they were done, they could start back on their projects if they wanted to tweak a few things, make sure their map had everything on it that they needed, and get everything together. And I also am going to have them start working on their student reflection page for conferences and a thank you for their families and something they rock at, something they're doing well in, and something they need to improve on. And this will be glued to this, and they'll write on this part, so it'll be like a little flip-flap thing. And I want to say there's one more. Oh, and I also have a reminder that I can fill out for all of the students that have a conference already scheduled. So I've got those ready. I made a list of my kiddos on here who are already scheduled. And so their papers are over here on my stack of things that they need to put in their folders when they pack today. So they have 3 things so far to take home. And I'm going to check and see if any more got scheduled before we leave today so I can send theirs home too as a reminder. So hopefully we can get everybody in. I have sent messages and things to help them remember that conferences are tomorrow from 1 to 7. They can just call the office and make their appointment. Whew. But wow, we've been getting stuff done. I'm not even kidding. Just getting stuff done. I have one more student to type up. I'm so happy. I'm going to have her do that right after lunch so we can get it done. All of the reports are printed. I'm so excited. So you can see right here. Here's one of them. Isn't that cute? All right, I'm so excited. Yay. All right, I should be able to talk with you at the end of the day. I'm going to set up the science lab for Force in Motion, so I'll talk to you then. Hello, it is 6:30 and I'm heading home. Yes, you heard it right, 6:30. I stayed after and I set up all of the racing stations for tomorrow. I'm so excited. I can't wait for the first group to try it out and see what they think. Oh, so I did have a little bit of help from one of my teamies, but everybody's busy, so it's okay. It's all good. I have one more thing I want to do. I'm going to swing by Dollar Tree and I'm going to pick up some little trophies from the party section to give to my kiddos after the races. And I just texted my teamie that's going to be doing the racing stations tomorrow and asked her if she wanted me to get her some. I haven't heard back yet. And I can't remember if they're like 6 to a package. I want to say they're 6 or 8 to a package. I don't know. I will look because I don't want to spend a lot of money, but I thought it would be cute and the kids would remember like what they did if they had a little thing to go with it. So I'm going to check those out. I know they have them at my Dollar Tree, so I'm just going to pick some up. I thought that'd be fun. Whew, I am tired. Oh my gosh. This was a big day. Not just time-wise because I've been at school for, 11 hours, but also just we did a lot today. Oh my stars. And I have a hot mess to clean up. So I didn't even get any of my camping stuff packed up today. I just could not do another thing. I couldn't do it. I didn't have it in me. So I don't know if I'm going to just drag the turf around. I don't know. Maybe I'll lay the turf out and the parents can see it. I don't know. It's folded up by my sink right now. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But it looks kind of tacky back there, honestly. But I could not do one more thing. I will show you footage of the race car stations because I took a lot of video before I left and I took some pictures too so you could see close up because the video you can't really see like what the signs say and things. Of course I made signs because I'm me, And of course I had extra doodads that I had to put in there, not just the race car stuff. In the video you will see that there is an incline track, a friction track, a flat track, and a maze. And I tried the maze. I tried every single maze. There are 6 of them on 3 different tables. And so 2 kids can kind of race each other through the mazes if they want to. All of the mazes are just slightly different though. And I envisioned the kids just rotating through the mazes within their group. So I think that'll be really fun. And they can just, they can race each other. They can race, different people in their group, whatever. But they have little foam blocks and they're blowing them through the maze as fast as they can. And then they can try blowing harder, softer, whatever to change the speed and the motion of their little block. So that's like their racing block, their little race car block. But I think that'll be really fun for them. I am excited. You always have this vision in your head of how something's going to be and then you have to try it out and see if it actually works. Well, I did. I tried every one. And honestly, I was going to make the maze be the entire length of the table, which those are like 8-foot tables, I think. And I'm like, oh gosh, blowing this little thing across the track, we're gonna hyperventilate or pass out, one of the two. I'm like, yeah, let's make them shorter. So I put 2 on each table. So one on one end, one on the other. And there's a little space in the middle for the pencils. So I think that's gonna be really good. I just hope the kids really, really enjoy it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for them because it's all hands-on or mouth-on. Probably maybe not the best time of year to be blowing on stuff, but I think I'll probably just throw those away at the end, maybe, so that nobody gets into them again. But we're using wind power, so I think that'll be fun. So we have basically like Hot Wheels type cars for the incline track and the friction track. The tracks are the same, except for the friction track has little patches of sandpaper. The flat track is just bulletin board paper, butcher paper on the floor, taped down. Hopefully it lasts for 7 classes. We'll see. It has self-propelled cars. So you just pull them back and they go. So they're the pull and go cars. And then, yeah, that's everything. Because I told you about the mesas. We have just 2 different kinds of cars. Technically, there's 3 vehicles, I guess. You call the blocks vehicles. But I just thought that would be kind of fun for them to do different things. I'm glad I looked through my little recording booklets that I made because I'd forgotten what I put in there. I made these like over Christmas break, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe on a snow day. I don't know. It was a while ago. It was a couple months ago now. Because I had this in my brain for a really long time. But I'm glad I read through it because I had said on there to try different types of masks, like adjust the mask in your car. I'm like, well, we need to add something to the car to adjust the mask. Will stink. So the only thing I had in the room were those little plastic measuring cups. And so I tried a piece of rolled up masking tape stuck to the top of the car and stuck the cup on it, and it works. But I would like to find some smaller things to put on there, like maybe some little coin magnets, which I have somewhere. So maybe that will work. I need something that is readily available. Something that's heavy enough. I thought about having them put something in the cup, but I think it's just going to spill as it goes down the track, so that wouldn't be good. I wish I could film them, but I can't because they're kids. Can't do that. So I'll just have to tell you what happens when my class does it, which will be after spring break. So we were fortunate enough to be able to reserve that room for a few days after spring break too, which is really nice because this week has been crazy trying to get all the things done. And I was supposed to do it yesterday, and I'm like, that is not going to happen. So like Monday, I think, I emailed the central office lady that's in charge of scheduling that room. And I was like, can we possibly have it for a few days after spring break too? And she's like, well, yeah, you have it scheduled for Tuesday and Wednesday, I think she said, but I can put it on for Monday too. And I'm like, awesome, that's great. Thank you. So yeah. So I actually need to tear down on Tuesday after school because we have a staff meeting in there on Wednesday and we need to be able to get to the furniture. And I've moved everything out of the way. My husband called while I was filming the room and said he was on his way home, and that was like 6:15. And I said, well, I'm still at school, but I'm going to be leaving in just a few minutes. And he's like, okay, I'll see you home. And it's like 6:45 now, so he's probably home or almost home. This was a long day. Tomorrow's going to be a long day too, but they're not, just because it's a long day doesn't make it a bad day. It's just a long day, tiring. So all of my little teacher teenies today were just like, oh my gosh, are you exhausted? And I'm like, uh-huh. I was like, I still need to set stuff up, but it's okay. So I probably would have been a little faster setting stuff up if I'd done this before, but I still had to like, in my head through the day, I'd been thinking about the room and configuring things a certain way. But you know, once you get in there, you kind of have to go with what you got. And I had it in my brain kind of how I wanted it, and I basically did it the way I had it in my head. I did move the tables a little bit. Originally, I thought that I would put the mazes on the floor, but then I went, well, who wants to crawl along the floor and blow a little styrofoam block? I mean, ew. The floor is not super clean. Plus, it's going to be kind of hard. The kids are going to get like dusty and whatever. So I'm like, oh, let's use the tables. And they can just walk down the table. So I'm really glad that I thought of that because they're going to get gross. Nobody wants that. Plus, it just wouldn't work as well. So the tables, it was. So whenever I clean up after break, after we do all the other ones, all the other people go through there, I need to wipe the tables down because for one thing, they're going to have a lot of kid spit on them. No joke. And the one table has a little bit of clay residue from when they did the flood thing where they had to smush clay and make their dam. I brought my clay-filled building bricks home. I'm going to run them through the washing machine in a lingerie bag and see if that gets rid of the clay. If not, I may run it through the dishwasher and see if that gets rid of the clay. Surely it will come out one of the ways. Otherwise, they're pretty much done for. They just need to be pitched because they're all up in everything. The clay is in every little hole that the building bricks have. Okay, I'm almost at Dollar Tree, so I'm going to zip in there and grab those trophies, and I'll show you what they look like when I come back out. So, see you in a minute. All right, I was successful at Dollar Tree, and I'm almost home, as you can probably tell by the horribly bumpy road that I'm on. This might be a little better. Okay. This is what I got. Obviously 6 for $1. So the kids will get a trophy after all of their racing. Yes. Very cool. I couldn't think of... Now I just thought of a snack that'd be good. Oreos. Of course, I don't do mine until next week. Or no, 2 weeks. Yeah. Or I don't know. I don't do mine for another week and a half. So I think I'm going to get my kids Oreos as a little treat because they look like wheels. All right. I will see you tomorrow.